So you might have discovered through research and maybe hearing from others that there are other KONOS products that you don't see on the Oikos website, such as KONOS in a bag and KONOS in a box. And now you might be wondering, why doesn't Oikos offer these? So I'm going to show you why now. Let's start with KONOS in a bag. Here we have KONOS in a bag. Now if you're going to order this KONOS in a bag, it's a specific theme. This one is Russia, and it's the land of endurance. So the contents of here is going to be all about training the characteristic of endurance, and while you're doing that, you're going to be studying the continent, the country, Russia. Okay, and what's contained in here is a whole lot of resources, which is very similar to what KONOS in a box is. So I won't be taking this apart and showing you every single detail. Let me rather just jump straight to KONOS in a box. They're very similar. This is what KONOS in a box looks like. So you get your box. Now you're going to open it up, and as you see on the top here, this is orderliness, this particular one, and this is going to what some of the topics that it's going to be covering under the character trait of orderliness, being seasons, planets, plant, animal classification. Okay, inside your box, put it that way, you will get your manual, which is now your orderliness manual. And in here is only, this manual is only attending to orderliness, okay? And it's laid out for you. Day 1, week 2 of 4, it's giving you, the parent, instructions on what to do, when, why, and how. So it's very much a hand-holding, giving you the support that you perhaps would feel, oh, I like that, that's nice and comfortable, and I'm not going to be nervous because it's going to be helping me take the steps. And you a little bit overwhelmed perhaps by KONOS volume, because in this volume there's orderliness as well, but it's not telling you day by day what to do, how much to do, and how to go about doing it. But we're going to be spending time in this workshop showing you how to use this volume that's got orderliness in it, and why we're not offering you KONOS in a box, because they've taken just one character trait and put it into a book, whereas here you've got 7 or 8 or 9 character traits. And this here is going to cost you less than this KONOS in a box for one character trait. Okay, but I'm going to show you more further what you are going to get in KONOS in a box. You will be getting the timeline characters that pertain just to orderliness. And again, those come with your KONOS Volume 1 manual if you buy the timeline characters. You're going to get some tissue paper. You're going to get a calendar for the children to, build and create and start putting entries into a calendar. You're going to get a world globe, inflatable world globe. You're going to get, so you're doing plant classification and animal classification, you're going to be getting some insects, a book on insects of North America. And you're going to be getting some trees of North America. See? And then you've got some little bits and pieces of crafts here for your seasonal tree, right? And some seeds to plant, which might not grow here in South Africa because they are American-based. So if you were ordering KONOS in a box from America or from Oikos, if we had it, this is what you'd be getting. A box with all these little bits and pieces, which we would prefer you to think of it like this as a parent. You don't need to go and buy a book on trees when we've got internet now. Okay, when we were raising our children doing KONOS, we didn't have internet at all. And so we had to go to the library to get some books on trees, but they were South African based. And besides, it taught my children about visiting the library and accessing research material that we needed. And they got all kinds of other skills because of that. Now those skills have changed, because now you teach your children how to go and research and look for something online, hopefully with your supervision. Okay, so bottom line is we don't want you to spend a whole lot of money on sending to you lots of little bits and pieces that you could rather have the experience and the adventure of sourcing those resources yourself with your children, which is what happens when you are using just the KONOS manual. So yes, there's a little bit more effort on your part, and yes, they're not going to all arrive nicely packaged in a box, and you might like that idea of them arriving packaged in a box, but you know what's going to happen? You're going to miss out on a whole lot of learning opportunities and experiences and memories that could be happening if you were using the manual and going and sourcing these materials yourself with your children. Okay, I hope this has clarified why we don't want you to have to spend a whole lot of money on one character trait when you can spend less on many more character traits from here, but we're just not offering you all the little bits and pieces and extra books that perhaps don't even pertain to where you live. Okay, let's think globally. I mean, you could be watching this from China, and you don't need books on trees on North America. All right, so we're going to show you how to use your manual wherever you are in the world. That will be fitting to your personal family and your circumstances. That's KONOS in a box, and as I've shown you, KONOS in a bag, similar sort of concept. A few less things, a little less expensive, and so on, but similar. Okay, so now we don't have KONOS in a box, and Oikos to offer you, and we don't have KONOS in a bag, so we're going to put those away. Please understand, we don't have anything against KONOS in a bag or KONOS in a box. We're not saying it is wrong or it's a bad thing. We are just here at Oikos focusing on how to meet the needs of the families that we serve and support in this whole picture, the Oikos learning lifestyle. And KONOS just happens to be part of it, and it so happens that the KONOS manual is more fitting when we are considering globally and more specifically South African. So if you like the idea of KONOS in the bag or KONOS in the box, by all means, go with that if it works for you.